Awesome. And you? You're back in the
Um,
house, I see, so you can't be doing,
yeah. What can I say?
hey, you're still here, man. Remember, 5 years ago they said you shouldn't be. So, all right. So, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody out there can hear me. Uh, I'm running this the way I know how, right? Anyway, I want to welcome somebody here that we have not seen in a hell of a long time. That is Kansas Hillbilly Prepper. What's up, Kansas?
What's up?
Merry Christmas. I know it's putting you a little on Front Street there for a minute, but you know what, buddy? Everybody out there loves you from the Green Dragon. So anybody who don't can go fuck themselves.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
anyway, so welcome, welcome, welcome. What are we here to talk about? We are here to talk about the Bundy mistrial that has happened today, right? Now, I just got finished watching a video, which I'm not good at putting links in, blah, 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 right? So you guys can go find it. It's it's from the Mistrial Today, and it was the lawyers, Ammon Bundy,
Ugh.
Ryan Payne, and they got interviewed and while they were drinking cocoa, right? So talking about after the trial and explaining exactly what happened. Really great video. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I had just found it as I was planning on starting this up. So I skimmed through it. But I just have to say this is a wonderful thing, and I don't even know there will be another trial. They say they've set a date for the next trial to try and retry these men. But I think that with all the prosecutorial misconduct that's come out, and there's a bunch of papers out now, right? A couple of emails and shit from people within the investigation that have come out, that I just think this thing's going to go away.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about some of the conduct that had been going on behind the scenes. I guess they had a whistleblower. Am I right on that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, they
And
did.
if they try to do it again, man, all they're going to be doing is trying to bankrupt the Bundys. But luckily, there's a lot of people out there supporting them. Um, so I think they'll be okay. Not to mention, if they were to actually try to this again, do you think President Trump would get involved on that at that point? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, you know, I think what's going to happen, me personally, I think what's going to happen is they fuck this thing up from the gate, right? So we're talking about now we're going to be able to officially call the Obama administration, right, corrupt from the bottom up, right? Because they use the FBI, they use DLM, they use whatever to get their fucking means done. This all ties back to Uranium One, right? Turns out there's some land people want for this fucked up land deal and shit involved
Right.
with Reed and the Clintons and the Obamas and all that shit, right? And this all ties in. Well, these motherfuckers were dirty from the start. They had a kill list out. They had all kinds of fucked up shit. They were doing shit they were not supposed to do. And then during the trial, the whole reason why there's a mistrial now and they're not bringing up any of this stuff is because they really don't want to expose the prosecutorial misconduct, right, of the Obama administration, because there's so much of it now, right?
Yeah, it just keeps snowballing.
It does. I mean, after the release of, fucking Politico put out a fucking 4-part or 3-part piece, right, about how, the Obama administration let Hezbollah bring cocaine and launder money through the United fucking States,
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I
right?
didn't. I didn't actually look into it though, but I wanted to watch that, or I think it was a video that I saw.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, they did a 3-page article and they have all the documentation to back that shit up, right? So
Wow.
all these, and then with this Bundy trial thing, right? So the Bundy trial, these men, this family that was fighting against the federal government, that they can prove that even shit they're still spewing out in the fucking news, right? Out in the fucking mass media sphere, right, is bullshit, right? So this $1.2 million or whatever that they supposedly owe is really $8,000 once you take away the costs of the fucking BLM operation for trying to steal the fucking cattle from them.
Yeah, let's not forget that all the cattle that they killed and buried that they're owed for.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that the corruption. I mean, this is where, thank God, every day for Donald Trump. Thank God every day for Donald Trump, right? Because this whole nightmare would have been nothing more than a continuing operation, and those men would have sat forever in prison, forever. It would have been a guilty deal. That Judge Navarro, the only reason why she has actually just owned up to what's been going on, and because she's trying to cover her ass. She's been involved in that shit from the gate. Same with the fucking prosecutor.
Yep.
Right? So,
Yep.
Believe me, these people are going, it's cover your ass time because the hammer's coming down. It ain't fucking, the federal government is not playing the way it did before.
No, they ain't playing.
Right?
They ain't
Shit's
playing
getting
around, that's pretty much.
exposed. Right?
Yeah.
So, this judge wants to keep her fucking livelihood and doesn't want to end up, facing somebody else who's a judge. So she's going to start cleaning up her shit, and this is the start of it, right? So I will almost guarantee that there's never going to be another fucking trial, right? That all that evidence is going to be reviewed, and it's going to be a mistrial with prejudice, and they'll never be able to fucking try these guys again. And what's going to happen if, like, something that Ammon said after that cup of cocoa he had this afternoon with his family and brother and Ryan Payne and his wife. His wife, she's sitting there trying to hold her shit together. It was both cool and a little weird to watch.
Touching. Yeah.
Well, not just touching. It's like, really don't put the camera in her face. She's so happy her old man's out of fucking prison. Her kids got their daddy back. It's Christmas time. This is a miracle from God.
I mean, how long has it been? I forget now when that all went down.
It's been years. It's been years.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to now they want Cliven out next, right? Cliven needs to be out before fucking Christmas and home with his goddamn wife, right? And I will almost guarantee that he will be. What's up, Tone?
Your finger's been far back, dude.
Watching that video today, I'm watching the fact, hey, what's up? Bikes and Bullets is in the house.
Sir.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hey.
Yeah, that saves us room for when HD and Rebel finally decide to jump on. Right?
Only if the
and I even sent one out to Third Op because he had to hand. I think Third Op's actually the fucking informant, right? He's the
I haven't heard from Third Op in like 6-7 months solid at least.
Dude, they've had him in deep cover. How do you think he was able to expose everything about the Bundy trial?
Who I heard from fucking Sonoran Desert Prepper. I haven't heard from him forever.
Every once in a while. And
he dropped in like a week or two ago, just out of nowhere.
Well, guess who's in here right now, Tony? Say hi.
Who's in here?
Hi.
Who's in here?
It's the other green dragon.
Prepper.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
We got the Kansas in here, buddy.
Kansas is still around?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kansas? Kansas. What's up, brother? Damn.
Except for it's not really the same because he's in Missouri.
Well, Kansas City, Missouri.
That's not like when they brought Tupac with the hologram. That's not the same thing.
Tupac is Pac.
I ain't seen Kansas in fucking 2 years at least.
Yeah, he's been. Well, Kansas, you tell him.
Well, it's good to see you too, Tony.
Holy shit, Kansas. I ain't seen Stinger, though, in fucking forever either, besides the last 2 videos he dropped in a year.
Dude, I've been kind of busy, man. Breaking ankles and homesteading and stuff.
That homesteading's legit, though. I seen that shit. I was like, damn. I'm a little, I don't want to say it, bro. I'm a little bit jealous. Clean.
Well,
Hey, that shit is it's green.
Yeah, I got tons of trees, dude. Problem is everything's breaking down, including me. So money-wise, it's it's saving the money kind of aspect of it. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Well, see, Russ is trying to do a me. I broke my ankle about a year ago, so he's coming in behind me.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll have a trach and I'll have to suction myself too.
I broke my hand this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, on somebody's face. This one right here.
That's always fun.
Well, he tried to stop me from going to work and fucking almost ran me and my kids in my truck. So I basically had to let him know what time it was. That wasn't even the end of the story, but that's just enough.
That's for a drunk chat. Right now we're trying to focus on the Bundys. We'll hear that story on Friday at Tony's scheduled drunk chat. Okay.
Scheduled.
I text Carol earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she texted me back.
How happy is she seeing her boys, man? And the fact that, it's just one step closer to Clive and being home, man. That shit's awesome. I bet I bet you had to be like walking on cloud 9 half the day once you heard the news. What is up, HD? Thank you.
I'm not all the way satisfied, but actually,
look,
no, dude, I'm not at all satisfied, actually.
Well, but for right now, she says it all right there, man. Everything is in God's hands. Look, last year, let's go 18 months ago. We thought those motherfuckers were gone forever, okay? Now, I know I'm crude in the way I speak, and sorry about it, but we thought that the Bundys were gone forever, right? Once they snatched them up out of Oregon and snatched Clive in, we were like, man, they're going down a deep, dark hole. Gitmo might be the end of it, right? And
especially when they took that place over in Oregon, yeah.
And if Hillary would have been elected,
yep.
Look, if Hillary would have been elected, I'm damn sure that would have been the outcome, right? But just the fact that didn't happen, right? That the way this year has gone.
Hey, God's intervening in all our lives right now. Hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. I'll tell you what.
Perfect example, Kansas. You, man. Look, I love you.
I didn't want to go to the hospital when I got made to go, and when I got there, I was 30 minutes later. I crashed, coded out.
How many times now are you supposed to be dead?
Look, I told this story like a million times. And HD's in here. HD was there too.
Yep.
Okay, there was, and I got the tail end of the video somewhere lying around. We were there. I think Cliven gave a prayer. Somebody gave a damn prayer, right? Right before we're about to go out there to the standoff, that it's being called now. And a bunch of freaking flying V's of geese go by. And I mean, okay, yeah, I guess we're close to the water, whatever. But, dude, everybody that was there, that was in the crowd, that was listening to the prayer, and then looked up and all these V's of flying geese go by, it's like, bro, we knew you know. You can't say anything besides I know. I don't know what else to say. And I've talked about it a million times, dude. We knew that we weren't in the fucking wrong. I'll tell you that.
Guys, I got to go take my medicine and get higher than a kite, and I'll talk to y'all later. It's great being here.
It's good to talk to you. Even though I get to talk to you, good to talk to you, Kansas.
Take care, Kansas.
Love you, brother.
I'll talk to you later, Kansas. Yeah, only thing better would have been is if I was going to just say it's stupid, I guess, but the only thing better would have been if it had been, bald eagles or doves or some shit flying over.
and that's probably, honestly, I know it sounds corny or whatever. Maybe that's all God could rustle up, right there. What was there? It was fucking geese. There wasn't no goddamn flamingos. Here I go with the G-dams, but that wasn't flamingos or bald eagles. But yeah, dude, I mean, you had to be there, bro. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it, is that you had to be there. And I caught the tail end of it in a video, and I got it. That's why if you caught the chat earlier where I did the conservative bash and stuff, bro, people are not on board with what the Bundys did. You know what I mean? They're just not on board.
Most of the Republican Party are all about big government anyway.
Because that means if you're on board with the Bundys, that means you oppose this administration, and you can't do that.
Right. Their programming has a part of them that it just overtakes them.
I'm not saying anything, but maybe, you know, a couple things have been floated out there plenty of times for every election that comes around here is that if you're associated with Bundys, you're either white fucking nationalist or you are, you know, Mormon, fucking this, that, and the other, or something that has to do with being fucking white and this, that, and the other. And that's what comes down.
White privilege.
On the local politicians here, anybody that had anything to do with Bundy, when they run, their face is on a flyer with something negative. I've seen swastikas next to Cliven's face. You know what I mean?
Well,
dude, we got people that can't figure out a tax bill. How are they going to figure out this situation? So
yeah,
that's enough.
And believe me, if you go, I spent most of the day doing some research and checking out what anybody had to say about it, right? And it's just like anything that Trump does. It's 100% fucking negative, right? And they're all blaming Trump, right, and Jeff Sessions for shit that they had nothing to do with, right? And you know, they're of course calling it 100% white supremacy, right? I mean, you go read HuffPost, you go check out the LA Times, you go check out any place that actually allows any kind of commentary on it, and they're losing their fucking minds, right? And they're still not telling the truth. Is the fucking worst part about it.
Are you talking about the taxes or the Bundys? Which one are you talking about?
The Bundys.
Okay, because
I haven't gotten to the taxes yet, or net neutrality, or any of it, right? So this is where it's all winning to me. Winning,
bro. They okay. I can almost fucking account for every word or a lot of words these fools said on I'm gonna take one flyer or one ad. You know, so and so. I can't even remember who it was. So and so was out and supported Cliven, or sovereign citizen Cliven Bundy.
Tony,
out
look,
in such.
Here's what I'm going to tell you to do for the Christmas holidays. Okay, first of all, stop listening to fucking libtards, right? Period. Right?
No. This is what
hold on. I understand. Dude, I understand it. It's even harder for you being local. But take the win, man. Believe me, we're winning, and nobody's telling anybody because they hate it. Right? Nobody's saying
why they never talk about a guy who stops the gun shooting with
I don't feel like it's a win, dude. I feel like,
but it is a win, dude. You're misunderstanding. It is a win, right? That's why I shared that video to you over on Facebook earlier, right? Of the Bundys sitting down around that little fireplace having some cocoa, right? And what they were trying to explain. This mistrial was from evidence and shit that was coming out months ago, back in October, right? They haven't even addressed the stuff that's come out in the past 2 weeks. And you know Navarro better than anybody. She's doing nothing but covering her fucking ass. So while they haven't done this mistrial with prejudice yet, that's still on the table all the way up until the supposed date in February. That's going to get kicked down the can if it isn't just put off with prejudice and this will be all done with. Well, not all done with. There's still going to be shit going on, but that portion of it.
HD shoot HD and then I'll go after you. My bad.
Well, go ahead, HD. You can speak whatever the fuck you want.
I don't know what. I didn't know that I was.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were gonna say something, and then I thought I was cutting you off. But I was gonna say, if I could share something we texted about today. I straight up I was at work, so I was like, no mistrial, so another trial, or no. He said it was a no, and I said it's another trial. Basically, what I asked HD was, okay, so since it's just a mistrial, right? Am I gonna get some more phone calls, some more harassment? And basically, HD, just let me know, hey, bro, you're going to get some more phone calls. You're going to get some more harassment. And to me, bro, that's not a win, Mule. That's not a mute.
Okay, Tony, look, here's the problem. You're on their fucking radar, right? You're never going to – this is never going to end on that part, right, where you're always – there's always somebody in there, right? So who knows when the guy was hired who's fucking with you in Vegas, right? But if he was hired under the Obama administration, he may just want to fuck with you the rest of your life until he fucking retires. You know cops as I do.
But Dickhead put one of the fucking YouTubers here in town, put him a fucking way. He's sitting up in high desert, up in Ely. You know what I mean?
You know why? Because the motherfucker didn't. Okay, look, the shady shit the government does is never going to fucking change. It keeps getting exposed. It's still a win that the Bundys are not going to be sitting up in high desert for the rest of their fucking lives, right? So that's still a win, right? And if we can get Cliven out before Christmas, it's an ultimate win, right? But all these people who took fucking deals, all these people who didn't fucking spend all their fucking time trying to find a damn good lawyer or learning the fucking law themselves like Ryan did, right? Ryan was up there standing for himself with that fucked up face of his. Not that it's, no discrimination against, somebody who gets kicked in the face by a horse, but it ain't like the prettiest picture, right? So, yeah, everybody out there, you got to fight just like they're fighting, And so many people take a deal. Why? Because there's other shit, or they're just looking at this cage and, afraid, right? It's the fear in their heart and their lack of faith in either their beliefs or their God, right? When I see a 70-year-old man sitting in a fucking cell that probably only gets to see daylight for 1 hour a day, and that motherfucker goes, I ain't getting out till everybody's out, right? Then there's some faith. Honorable. And not only his ideals, but his God.
Which you should have caught part of that fucking chat what I was saying today when motherfuckers there's multiple people on the right talking about Cliven's hiding behind his faith. He did this, he did that. Dude, I got the fucking things here. I could quote these fools word for word. Like the people that are supposedly holier than thou on the right, conservatives, et cetera, blah, 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 wagging their fucking tongues, both fucking ends. Oh, Bundy's a welfare queen, and he's this, and he did this. Dude, I take that to offense.
I knew I missed a good chat.
Look, Tone, and I understand that the anger you feel over all this crap, right, coming especially from people who say at one point they have your back, right?
They're here in fucking town.
But remember something, man. Okay, so I don't know how much of a Christian you are. I don't know how much you listen to those Bible teachings. Catholics are Christians. Fuck you. Okay. Fuck you.
Hey, bro, I get absolved.
We all believe in Christ, right? So
I get absolved on Sunday from my shit. Mule, keep trucking.
Look, I get absolved every day when I go to bed and I'm saying, hey, God, I fucked up today. Right? That's why I don't need nobody telling me I'm cool.
It was sarcastic.
My point is, right, is that as God says, look, the road to hell is paved very wide with good intentions, right? But that narrow path to hell is fucking, I'm telling you, it's a deer path, if not a squirrel path, on how tight that fucker is. You know what I mean?
You mean to heaven.
Yeah, into heaven. Sorry.
You said
you got caught up there. Yeah.
But I'm getting caught up in my own rhetoric. But what I'm trying to explain to you, Tony, is that there's always going to be people against us. There are people against us at the time. There are people against us all the way. Shit, we even get against each other once in a while because we disagree. Right? Yep. So there's a ton of people out there who just hate for the point of hating. They don't want real freedom. They don't want the responsibility of real freedom. And they're going to fight it because they want to be controlled. All these people, all these fucking sheep, whether they call themselves a Republican sheep or a Democrat sheep, they're all fucking sheep.
I'm cool with motherfuckers doing that, but don't pretend that you're some fucking what, Republican, conservative, you're in some special group and you're telling me this, that,
dude, all they give a fuck is about power and money. Okay? They'll tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear, so you'll give them money and elect them into power.
Just look at the Arizona senators.
They'll ride. Yeah, they'll ride
Jeff Flake.
they'll ride Bundy's coattails if he wins. No problem.
Exactly, but you're gonna be put on notice. They're being put on notice right now. When I did that shit earlier, they're being put on notice because they ain't nobody doing that shit. You got all these.
Because you're getting those California. Look, you're fucked in Clark County, dude. You got them California Republicans there. They ain't real Republicans. Okay, you got all them fucking Democrats fleeing out of California, and all those fucking blue Republicans, right? That ain't no real fucking Republicans. So don't expect their back. Don't expect them to have your back. They're cowards. Look what they've done to their own fucking state. Now they're going to come to your state and do the same fucking thing. So don't expect shit from them.
My thing is that it's plenty of people like this, but I actually had a name today because I'm tired, and this was my perfect argument to the whole thing that I started my shit today. They call themselves Battle-Born Republican Alliance. And I'm already offended because you used fucking Battle-Born in your shit, and you're probably not even from Nevada. You know what I mean? So I'm already triggered. You know what I mean? But name only. Yeah, but a Republican Alliance. I'm thinking Battle-Born Republican Alliance. I'm thinking, all right, these guys at least they lean my way a little bit, right, or something, right? Fuck no, dude. They took their time to do some Bundy bashing today. And that's why I shit all over them in the chat I did earlier. Because
hey Tony, you know what you need to do?
Doing that shit,
dude. You know what you need to do? You are battle-born, born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ain't nobody more battle-born than you. And you can flip from blue to red, join them, take it over, and tell them all to fuck themselves.
Tony for mayor of Las Vegas.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking
fuck, at least Sparks, right?
I'm gonna be like that motherfucker from Daredevil. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tear this down and build a new city. Fuck these motherfuckers.
I'll be right back.
You're gonna go blind yourself and hope that you get a superpower.
Hey, labels are in name only. That's it. It's just an in name only title.
Right.
Label.
In this town, votes for whoever has a D by their name anyways, and I'm still a registered Democrat, so I might just get the lucky motherfucking shit right there.
Hey, Tony, see if anybody needs if you can throw out a link to Angel and maybe Quasar if they're out there, or Saints, or G.
G.
I don't have any of their addresses to be able to send it. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Oh, what's wrong line? Wait, no, that is the right link. G money. All right.
Should, man, you should run for some kind of office. Bro. You just need to say that you're, for everything Democrats are for, and then be like an actual politician and, flip flop on that shit. Flip flop on that as soon as you get elected.
But if you're a registered Democrat, though, you're incognito, bro. You don't even have to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? I could say some off the wall shit right now. I could say right now I identify as a black 7
I was just
man,
thinking
right?
that. I was just thinking that shit.
Tony, you do need to get a tan though. You gotta get a tan.
You need to go outside.
Bro, I work outside, man. You can't get more tan than this.
Man, you're whiter than me, I think.
Michael Jackson was blacker than you.
I thought I had color right now.
Oh man, I don't know how you do it, but you do it.
I don't know. With that head too, you just scream white supremacist, bro.
Hey. However the cards fall, I just play them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Here's what it is. Today I'm white. Tomorrow I might be. I don't know. I am a registered Democrat. I could be anything tomorrow.
Yep. There you go.
Hey, HB, I got a serious question for you. I mean, and this goes to you too, Tony.
Oh, this was my cameraman during Bundy. If you want to talk about Bundy,
who's
my cameraman during Bundy? Look,
you got a home intruder, Tony. You got a home intruder. Get him out of there.
Oh, enemy at the gates.
Get some. Hatch. Get some.
Did he bring?
And he's still rocking that shoulder holster. You're in love with that shoulder holster, ain't you, Bike?
Dude, I gotta do a review, man.
He went into the liquor store like that.
Nice. I bet you they were shitting themselves.
What are they gonna do? Say no?
Hey, Hey, you want to impress me, Bikes? Go in the weed store like that.
Yeah.
No,
You might be in a
I just
situation.
don't go into those places.
You might be in a situation.
I live a lot closer to Vegas now, man. I gotta go over there. My daughter just went there this last weekend for a concert, but I gotta go over there.
Well, listen, my serious question though is to how you, Tony, and you've already kind of like let it out there as you usually do, but HD, you tend to err more on the side of caution. How do you feel about this whole mistrial deal, and what do you think of the future of prosecution for going ahead, or what do you how do you think this would help if they do, call it a mistrial with prejudice where they can't re-prosecute these guys? How will it help with the appeals process and all these people that took deals?
I think we have to start with our original premise. So we got to start from a point. We have to agree on something. So
Hold up, hold up.
I'm out. Good night.
well, you can go when you get home, right?
Yeah, he's gonna go home.
Yeah, about 45 minutes. I'll see you guys.
All right, Bikes.
Man, on the other side of town.
Northtown to Henderson. Hey.
All right.
All right.
No, but I think we have to start with our original premise. So either it's a conspiracy to acquire the land to enlarge people and fill people's pockets with corporate money, such as Chinese solar companies or some other thing that's going on, or
Uranium.
Or it's BLM just totally mismanaging the situation and doing bad things. So that's your two possibilities, right? I think most of us side on the idea that it was Harry Reid and some other politicians getting together and trying to line their pockets for decades and just now finally got an opportunity to get this guy off the land. If that's the case, this is not going to be dropped. This is not going to go away. Now, what does that require? They can do a mistrial and dismiss with prejudice, and it can still come back. And that's why I was telling Tony what I told him earlier. They're going to turn over every rock to get more testimony. They'll say, we have discovered new evidence that needs to cause a retrial. We have discovered new evidence here that requires this to be reopen the case.
Well,
or something like that.
They can also bring up new charges, right? So I was looking over some of the charges. They didn't charge him on any kind of RICO statutes, right?
Well, there was no money transfer in hands or nothing.
Right. So far that we know, right? So there's all kinds of things that they may come back at later, like you said, but these particular charges might be dismissed with prejudice, but then that doesn't stop them from coming back with new charges.
Want to say hi?
As long as
RICO is kind of a stretch, I think. We're not talking about it. We're not talking people that deal anything. Maybe they will, if they actually sell their cattle and make the money off of it, maybe they'll can sort of ill gain off of.
Well, what about donations? Could they use like donations, right? Because they've done that in a few different cases with foreign money, right? Where they've used donations and used that under RICO statute.
They got donations and then they use those in Oregon or they use those elsewhere because there's still a whole ball of wax that gets bundled together here, right?
Yeah, well,
so
that's
I think,
what I'm saying.
You need to everybody to be wary of that. It's definitely not over. Even if there's a dismissal, I think people need to realize that the government licks their wounds, which they never do, and goes away, or they turn over every rock they can because that's the whole confinement. Run them out of business and get them so weak and that they had to foreclose or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, not that I don't think they don't owe any money on the ranch. I don't think so. That's good. They probably own that outright, but they're going to run them out of business, and that's the whole reason for all this pre-trial stuff and harassment because they don't have a case. We know that. We've seen what they've put out there. A time ago, like they're just holding them to hold them as long as possible to get a hold of that land and access it somehow, any way they can.
I agree 100%.
They just rolled back barriers. They just rolled back barriers and then that other Escalante, but they didn't touch Old Butte when they rolled back those boundaries. from what the executive order that the last moron did. So by the way the federal government looks at it, it's completely, right now, and a lot of the large portion of that same year. So when if Cliven does get out, or after mistrial, the change because the way they're treating that Gold Butte area is different. It's a monument supposedly, so it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it definitely would be a different ballgame. But part of that report that's supposedly coming out is the fact that Cliven's cattle didn't have any impact on the land as far as detrimental being towards either the damn tortoise they were started off with.
Yes, we knew that to begin with.
Tony?
Yeah, he's breaking up that way for me too.
Am I lagging?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was me because I still don't have my internet out here that well. So I thought it was just me. But then when I see Mule's face over there like bewildered, I'm like, all right, it's not me. All right. Cool. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I was wondering because I was saying something showing up.
It
but
just seems
I
like
think if Cliven does get out, he needs to realize that.
When Cliven gets out, he needs a what?
His operation, because it's the games have changed because it's a monument now, and everybody's gonna watch him, whoever they are, to see. Right. Yeah. I mean,
I can't imagine what he's like. I think I got the gist of what you're saying, HC, because you are breaking up pretty bad. But you're saying his whole operation is going to have to change, being they basically surrounded him with this monument, and that hasn't changed even with the executive orders from Utah. So he's still going to run into the problem of grazing his fucking cattle, no matter what. So his whole operation is going to have to change somehow.
That Gold Butte monument is under it's under fucking, what do you call it? Trump's looking at it. I saw that story probably 2-3 weeks ago that Trump.
Yeah, that's under review with the others, but
it's under review.
Could you see Trump?
Hey, look, Escalante. It's actually called Escalante. The people that live there, it's not called Escalante. Only reason I know that is because that's where I was laying asphalt at. And they had a bunch of fucking hippies living in town that were all for expanding the monument even bigger than it already is. And then everybody that actually lived in town from Escalante and everybody that was originally from Escalante is living fucking dirt fucking poor because everything is shut down out there. So
is there any way you can call the monument racist?
It is racist, holding the white man down, if you ask me.
It's got to be against the black man now. Come on.
But it's funny, though,
black people aren't racist.
You know, Tone. It's funny because do you think that Trump would just like give the Bundys the ability to graze cattle on that land again just to piss off liberals?
It's not his power to do that. He already owns the grazing rights.
Okay, so
he doesn't already have.
Right.
Just to be clear,
which is a big fight, right? No doubt. But now, say if he turned Butte, whatever that's fucking monument that's being built up around the Bundy Ranch, say he turned that back over to the state and let the state deal with it like he did up in Utah. Would that be a win for the Bundys? I'm asking you, Tony, and you, HD, because you guys know better than I do.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I mean, who the fuck knows?
I don't think that. So the Gold Butte area that was restricted was still considered federal public land. Utah designations that actually took private and county property and state property, all federal already. So the return would be a return to where we were in January of 2013 or 2014 or whatever. year was that?
Like that shit came out of nowhere. That Escalon and all that's been locked up since the Clintons, I believe. But the Gold Butte is a fucking brain fart Obama had, and then all of a sudden, you know what was weird about the whole thing too is all these Gold Butte preservation groups popped up at the same time. All of a sudden, there's all these groups that fucking Gold Butte this, and you had all these people in the comments. It's like,
I go hiking there, and it's so great.
yeah, bullshit.
All these areas and everything else. I remember seeing a bunch of this
Fuck no,
stuff.
no way.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, look, I'll tell you what, sometimes you think Trump just does shit to piss off the fucking liberal talking heads, you know? And I think he does. You know, I could see this being one of them, right? You know, let Bundys control the land again, or let the state of Nevada control the land around there and let them pay their grazing rights to the state like they want to, right? So basically give them a total win. I could see him doing it.
The thing is, the state doesn't have the willpower to manage it themselves. We had AB 405 that they totally dropped the ball on. But Clark County as a whole, state from the federal, got whatever, 1886 or something like that. All of it should be to begin with. All that and all of Eastern Nevada should be totally out of the question because it's not even originally part of statehood.
How bad did Nevada?
And it was ceded by the federal government from the territories.
Sign off.
It was
how
politics.
Bad did Nevada want to be a state?
For the war.
I mean, I would think the voters would be like, "Why the hell are we signing over all our land to the federal government?" I mean, that's not part of being a state.
Money.
Well, because they were all Lincolnites and they all supported supremacy.
Right, that and money.
It's all about federal supremacy.
But even now,
because there were secession.
Even now, current times, nobody gives a fuck past Las Vegas. Like, if the federal government said, "Hey, we're gonna take 80% of Nevada," if they said that shit tonight, there wouldn't be no groups opposing it. Nobody gives a fuck about anything north of Vegas and south of Reno.
I like Elko. So I give a shit about
Nobody
Elko.
gives a fuck about Elko. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Not anybody in power, maybe. Yeah.
The gold companies, maybe.
Oh, for sure that.
Nevada's beautiful land, man.
It is, but so's the whole West. But guess who owns most of it, right? How many times have we discussed this? This is just the opening shots in a long war, right? And if we win this battle with the Bundys, there's going to be 10 more to fight. Part of the reason why. What was that, AC?
I was going to say, this isn't the opening shots. The Sagebrush Rebellion was over 20 years ago.
Okay, so a continuing battle. Right, a continuing battle, and there's been some wins, some losses. Some wins in Nevada, right? There's one sheriff that didn't put up with that shenanigans, and if I remember correctly, isn't there a ranch not in Nevada that the outcome was totally different from? They sued the federal government and won?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that nobody would care if when Nevada in its inception, 80% of the land was handed off, or if we're in 2017 and 80% of the land was handed off. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about Nevada. People that live in Nevada don't care about Nevada.
You're right, Tone. And the only reason why anybody ever gave a shit about the Bundy story is because he asked for, the Bundys asked for people to come help protect them from the federal government. And people showed up with firearms. That's the only reason. This was all the whole reason why the Bundy story became a national story was because it was a gun control story. Right? You remember, they didn't get their fucking way after Sandy Hook, so this was another way of proving that every human in America, every citizen who believed in their constitutional rights was actually a domestic fucking terrorist. That was the whole point. Whole reason why I was on the fucking news. They never would have shown any of that shit. And look at the perspective they took it from. They didn't take it from, the federal government was overstepping their bounds with their own goddamn citizens. No, they took the stance, the mainstream media stance of how dare the citizens stand up to the government. If you ain't black and protesting unarmed in the streets, then you ain't got a voice. If you show up like an American citizen following all your constitutional rights, then you're a fucking terrorist. And they're still pushing that narrative today with this mistrial.
Absolutely. Exactly. They're not going to give up on it.
Yeah, but see, this is where the ball game changed, right? We now have Trump and Sessions and all that shit in there. Things are going to go different. Things are already going different, right? Now, whether it goes good or bad, we'll see. We don't know. But it's definitely different than it would have been under a different administration. If we'd have got fucking Hillary, those motherfuckers be in Gitmo, right? I'll tell you right now, Clive and Bundy would be in fucking Guantanamo Bay as domestic terrorists. And this is a year after, if she would have been elected, a year down the road, they'd be in fucking Guantanamo Bay. You'd never hear dick about them again. Except in our little crews who still pay attention to the actual Bundy family and try and keep in contact however we can, right? And those few little sub-networks that were built under the Obama administration would have strengthened, but not much.
Hey, we were like the Underground Railroad for like talking.
Well, just look at the amount of deep state that's been exposed since his election, right? So all of that deep state was all in favor for her and an administration run by them, right? All this fighting that's been going on and all this fucking corruption that keeps getting exposed left and right is all in response to the fact that they didn't get their person in and they don't know what the fuck's going on. Where did the American people come from and step up to the bat? When did that fucking happen? And how fooled they were. Right? So I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I don't know what the future holds. I could definitely see him dropping this case altogether and saying, fuck it, we're taking the loss. You know, because this ain't a Trump administration loss. This is an Obama administration loss. And so much shit is being exposed from the fucking dirt on that administration. Shit that all the fucking tinfoil in the world that we wore for years, right, is all being taken off now and put on blast. And everybody's saying that shit ain't tinfoil no more. That shit's truth. Right? The fact that
but again, the
Obama administration was allowing Hezbollah to deal drugs in the United States and bring cocaine into the fucking United States. Meanwhile, they're locking up citizens, right? But this is all to appease Iran? Yeah. So, and then,
that's
like,
gotta be
you
a
guys
criminal
exposed to me.
Still,
Right? The fucking Oregon thing, right? Turns out it's all tied together with the Bundy thing for real, way deeper than I ever fucking knew. Tinfoil hat or not, right? It's all tied to Uranium One. That's where that's where all this land was supposed to be earmarked for. Was either for the shit in Nevada was supposed to be a co-tie with Uranium One and mixed with a solar group out of fucking China, and then turns out there's a shitload of uranium under that fucking Indian land up in Oregon. But do the American people ever know any shit about this? Fuck no. They know that, you know, guess what? Somebody touched somebody else's boobie.
Well, the whole
but
thing
I think
with that
that
is... Sorry, go ahead.
So you got to remember, I was going to say that this is not getting pinned. It's still getting pinned on supremacy. The whistleblower's own report states that. I guarantee you the agents that were there on April 12th that were pointing don't feel they were in the wrong. Their voice recorders, their recorders off their vehicles and everything, people that are complicit in subjecting
they were fucking wrong either, right? The only time I can actually bring it up and be in the correct state of mind on this, right? The whole following orders shit is out the window in the United States of America. I don't give a fuck if they felt their supremacy clause did. The law doesn't back them up on that, right? And that's what's going to that's why one of the reasons why I think
I know
they're
what
going
you're
to
saying.
and want this to disappear is because they don't want to set case law, because they work with case law a lot more than they do with black letter law, right? And they don't want to have the loss under case law. So while they can attack from multiple angles, I think they're going to want this thing to fucking disappear and not get it in that way. I'm just telling you from my point of view. I'm just a schmuck who called the fucking election 2 years out, right? The day the guy said he was in, I said he's going to win, right?
Oh man, how long are we going to have to hear that?
My Kreskin creds are pretty good right now, so
I called heads once and it came up heads. Let me tell you, it was awesome. It was a 1 or 2 choice, but I called that shit right. It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, and that was the last time you made
They're
a
going
good
to dig
call.
up.
That is
about right. That is about right.
I think they're going to dig up more, or they're going to do a venue and they'll move possibly Salt Lake, possibly Phoenix.
If they keep it anywhere in the
say,
West, they lose.
They could do
Dude, unless they go east of the Mississippi, they will lose, right? So it's just
they
don't want it.
They got to keep it within the realm of. They're going to still get their jury from an urban population pool, which is what they want.
They tried. They thought they blew it up enough for fucking Clark County, didn't get it, right? They thought that Oregon was a shoo-in, didn't get it, right? Here's the deal: and if they shop it around the West, they're not going to win. If they shop it back east, they'll win in a fucking heartbeat. Unless they get like L.A.
I don't think they can get it back east. I don't think
there's too many cattle people in the Phoenix area, though. I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Well, there's.
But that's I don't know how. Look, I'm not a lawyer.
Continue to delay.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know
another
how
method
to play it. I'm just telling you how some schmuck from fucking born in, some schmucky old man who, has 0 degrees has been seeing shit. And, I'm pretty good on my calls. I don't want to toot my own horn, not trying to say I'm going to be right, but I hope I am. I hope I'm right. Just like I hope I was right with Trump. So far, it seems like maybe, I don't fucking trust him anymore. And I could throw him anywhere, but fuck, it's just fun watching him destroy Washington.
Beats the alternative any day of the week. How much of this stuff we would have never known about if Hillary gotten elected?
Shit, can you imagine, man? You'd never know about Hezbollah. No way in fucking hell would have Politico done a fucking 3-part expose on the Obama administration fucking dealing dope or allowing Hezbollah to deal dope and launder money to keep the Iran deal where we're giving them $1.4 billion, afloat, right? So it's just ridiculous on its fucking face, but now it's just getting exposed on how much deep corruption was involved in that Iran deal. It's ridiculous. He's making Reagan look good. It's fucking mind-blowing, man. But it's mind-blowing that they've probably been sitting on this story for at least 3 years. And the only reason why they're even doing any kind of stories like this, the Uranium One deal, fucking Hezbollah, any of the more shit that'll be exposed, is because there is not a Clinton administration. We're not dealing with Clinton too.
I remember a long time ago I said I would vote for a Democrat if I actually thought that legitimately they were trying to do what was best for the country. And I think legitimately, I don't agree with everything that Trump does, but I think he's legitimately trying to do what he thinks is best for the country. And for that, I enjoy turning on the news or reading the news every day to see what new shit that he's shaking up.
He's shaking the tree left and right, and it's just, look, okay, so look at the media exposure, right? So 90% of the fucking stories are all bad on Trump, right? No president's ever seen that except maybe fucking Andrew Jackson, right? And that's going back pretty fucking far, right? I imagine the South had a little something nicer to say about Lincoln somewhere along the line, and these motherfuckers got about Trump, right? So maybe they said he was tall, right? You know, they ain't even giving Trump that shit. You
Had
know,
good facial hair.
so you know, it's just ridiculous, and it is fun to watch. I mean, I'm watching people's heads blow up over this tax plan. You know, I'm watching people's heads blow up over the mistrial. I'm watching people's heads blow up over the expose over with Hezbollah, right? Over Jerusalem being recognized as the
Yeah.
fucking capital of Israel. It's like, duh.
Yeah. And then
I mean,
he just
come
come
on,
out and say that if you didn't support that decision, then that we would
well,
read
he
it.
didn't like blatantly say that we're gonna fucking not. He's just made it. He never blatantly says, or if he does, he
Right.
walks it back super fast, right? What he's doing, he's fucking with people. He's like, look, we're done with you talking. If you're gonna take American money, you got to stop talking shit or not back in America. It's that simple,
Yeah, pretty much. I
right?
love
That's the way I saw it, right? Now, of course, the liberals lose their fucking minds over it.
it. Right.
Why? Because America's first, bitch. You know, I mean, what the fuck do you think? What do you think? We're our country. We want to be our countries. You know, this whole globalist notion is not American.
Yeah, I love it when he's like, not president of the world.
Yeah,
Stuff, but
it's not the United States of Earth. Thank fucking God. Imagine the nightmare that shit would be. We can barely keep it on one fucking continent. We can barely keep our shit together. You know, there's been plenty of times we wanted to cut off our dick, throw Florida back into the fucking ocean, right? And then blow off California and kick its ass out.
Right.
You know, I know people who wish we really did have this fucking environmental crisis that melted the polar caps so it would sink California and the whole East Coast, and us here in the middle of the country be just fine.
Hey, we can make that happen still, right?
They did it in Superman, right? Superman. It was
I'm just saying, you know, I mean, let's be fucking real about this shit, you know? Look, humanity's all about stealing from everybody else. Land, property, food, fucking you name it. Anybody wants to say, oh, white man's got to give his shit back because he stole it? Where the fuck did you people get it from?
I didn't steal crap, man. I've been paying
You know,
for
and here's the deal with the Native Americans. Long before we got here, they were fucking killing the shit out of each other, taking each other's land, wiping out tribes, and building new ones. Sorry about that. Long before white people showed up. Being the Vikings or the fucking Spanish.
They were also raping the women of the other tribe. I mean, come on. That's a little bit of a sexual assault.
That's not human history. You know, Jesus Christ, you want to go down to Mexico? Go check out their fucking awesome monuments. And they are fucking awesome. Don't drink the water. But, you know, fuck. One of these big platforms I remember seeing half drunk. Man, it had this huge dividend in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that from? They're like chopping people's heads off and cutting them open. I'm like, oh, wow. All that happened before the Spanish? Yep. So how, you know, fucking humans are horrible.
Yep.
Just the way it is.
At least we're trying not to be.
And we as the United States of America, this fucking crazy ass experiment we've been going through for the past 200 and change years, right, is the best you're going to get. Right? We suck. We fuck up all the time, but we do actually have the best of humanity at heart all the time. Well, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. Because think about this. We had the fucking nuclear bomb first. We made it. We had a few of them. We could have took over the fucking world if we wanted to. We started dropping those bitches all over the place. Right? Get rid of the communist stain right then and there. In fucking both Russia and China and anywhere else it was going to raise its ugly head. But we didn't.
Yeah. You're welcome. You know, kind of thing.
Well, because we're not that kind of this is not that kind of a nation. No matter how much we act like it, sometimes we are, but we're not truly. We may have troops all over the fucking world, but that's just to keep our interests, right? We'll pull out the second that fuck. Wait till we hit Mars. If fucking Trump really wants to send Americans to Mars, we'll have fucking bases there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Look, I just got to say that I'm happy as hell the Bundys are out. I really hope that Cliven's out by Christmas. I really personally don't think the fucking government's going to go for a second, third bite at the apple. And they might, right? They did it to Gotti until they finally got him. So I can see them doing it. I just don't see the Trump administration or the Sessions DOJ wanting all this fucking egg on their face when they can leave it splashed all over the Obama administration as much as possible and call it a day. Hey, can anybody see the chat room?
No, I can't. Sorry. Oh, maybe. Let me look.
I got it up.
Can you do some shout outs, HT? See if anybody agrees or disagrees?
Oh, I was trying to figure out where. It's kind of hard to figure out which topic. Like, I'm not following who's commenting on us or who's talking to each other. But we got Sparks out there, Crom, ZPD Survival, Caregiver 7751, Tactical Tony, Jay Thornton. What's up, Jay Thornton? That goes back for a while.
Would have been good to have in. Didn't he go up to Oregon too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
Angel R's out there too, and I think that catches us up for the last half hour or so.
Nice.
Cool. I thought Rebel was going to show up. I threw him a link. He said he might.
He was in the comments section. He was in the comments back at the beginning.
Was he?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Rebel.
I threw him a link over at Facebook. You know, it would have been nice to have him because, you know, he was up there in Oregon with you. You know, and
he doesn't like to talk about that.
I know, but
well, he was only there for a brief moment before he's like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Not so brief. Anyway, point taken. So my question then to you, HD, because you've been right there, you've been there from the very beginning, paying attention to this, doing your best to see where you can help. What do you think about the appeals process, especially with this mistrial? Do you think this will help anybody's appeals, upcoming appeals, right? Because they're going to be able to show.
Well, they would appeal saying there's new evidence that's come out that they can use in their defense that wasn't available. So there is opportunity for appeals. I think that's out there. I don't think anybody's going to get their case, get a pardon off of it. I don't think that's going to go that far. I think I think they'd get a judicial pardon. I don't think it'll go that far.
There would, you know, that case for prosecutorial misconduct would have to be like awesome to be able, and it might just be right from some of the shit that's just leaking out. It might, because you know how this shit goes. The tip of the iceberg always looks small, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think with the sitting attorney, district attorney there, Myrie being there at the day of the standoff, collaborating with the BLM and giving guidance, and actually should be serving as a witness during a trial. That's the one that prosecuted them. That's probably the number one thing to use in a retrial or in an appeal.
Right. Hey, Rebel is out there, it turns out. I'm able to look.
Hey, Reb.
Well, you got a link on Facebook if you want to come in, and I'm glad Crom always disagrees with me. It keeps me honest.
All right. Somebody's got to stop. Well.
Hey, yeah, sorry. Anyway, unless I'm married to you for 25 years, there ain't no more lips going to it.
Unfortunately, I agree with half the stuff you talk about, so I don't really disagree much.
Well, no, but and look, I'm not a smart guy. I'm just, you know, look at shit in a common sense way for the best of my ability, right? I'm fucking a high school dropout who's lived 52 years of a weird, strange life. Then everybody has a weird, strange life, you know? But if I can fucking see half this shit, I don't understand how so many people can't.
Because people don't want to know, man. They have their heads buried in the sands on purpose. They don't want to know the truth because the truth is scary. They just want to go to their job, do their 9 to 5, go on their little vacations, put their little money in their 401k, and pretend everything's going to be fine. That would make them have to care, and caring means they'd have to act, and acting is scary.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. And it's still just very frustrating that, it's really why there's not, we laugh when we call people sheep, and so much of the population is because they all have that same fucking attitude. They just don't care outside
I know a
of
lot of
whatever
people. Sorry. You know how you guys turned me on to 9/11 and all that, right? With the Building 7? Well, I do
Mhm.
that with a few people too, but they don't care. They know. They're like, yeah, it's bad and it's probably something, but I don't want to go into it any further. I'm like, why? And they don't have no answer. And the answer is because if they actually believed that their government was capable of doing something to that effect, they'd actually have to do something or care about it, and then they get all upset. And they don't want to do that because they're too busy with their little rat race that they do.
And that's why they sweat. That's why some of these idiots switch genders. They're like, it's got to be easier something else,
The People's Tavern chats joined. What's up, People's?
That is Saints. What's up, Saints?
He's muted for right now.
What's up, man?
Glad you could join.
Good conversation.
And I understand, look, I understand cognitive dissonance. It's just so disheartening. Part of the reason why we don't do this every fucking 3 nights a week anymore. Why this crew, which is a great crew, I can count all of you as friends, including a lot of people in the fucking chat, but, why it's the same people for so long and why it gets so tedious and constantly repeating ourselves. Because it becomes a giant fucking circle jerk when we're not waking anybody up. And that, for me, the only way I've been able to wake anybody up is one-on-one contact. Very few, online are you able to wake somebody up. It's looking in people's fucking eyes and talking to them that will wake them up out of their fucking stupor.
Yep.
And that's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially when the new iPhone 10 came out and everybody's all excited about something that Samsung did 2 years ago. So, whatever.
Yeah,
but don't
dude,
you know you have those emojis now that react to your face or some crap like that? Are you kidding me? That's the selling point for your phone? Wow.
Yeah, I really just don't. I mean, I still actually turn my phone off quite often, which drives people crazy, right?
I'm actually going to go back to a flip phone. I've decided I'm done with smartphones.
Well, no, I keep it on for work, right? So I keep it on for work because, you can't get away from those fucking Google Maps for work and shit is just, look, okay, so they're tracking me. I don't give a shit, right? And this is one of the bad points because how many times have I didn't have a phone for years because of the fucking NSA taps everything everybody says and does and tracks everybody where they can, right?
Yeah.
Finally just needed one for work. Gave in. Right? I know they fucking can record me all day long on this fucking thing. Track everywhere I go when it's on.
Well,
I don't have
Google is actually translating everything we're saying moment by moment, and it's all being put into a thing. I mean, that's how they know how to take your AdSense away before you're even done uploading the video because they've already translated it all out. You know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, this thing's fucked. Believe me, if this was monetized, it'd be fucked. That's the only reason why. I don't even get
money from YouTube anymore. I used to get when back in my heyday, I was getting $600 a month from YouTube. When I was doing the gun stuff, I was getting like $100 to $200 a month, and now I haven't gotten a check in a year.
Well, there's only one cool new feature they've done, and that's with these chats. And I turned it on, right? See if anybody wants to throw money my way, right? And it's like YouTube; it's got to get up to $100 before they do. But right. I see a lot of people getting some, getting actually, some decent money out of those chats, when they open this new super chat shit up where if they throw a couple of bucks your way, their question comes up and sticks with the people in the chat room like we are.
It's called a super chat. Yeah, I got a YouTuber that I watch that does gaming videos because there's a game that I enjoy playing, and he does that. He makes a lot of money. I mean, if you want to make money on YouTube, you do something stupid like gaming. That's where it's
Oh
at.
yeah. Oh yeah, that or some kind of crazy ass, opening fucking toys or some shit.
So I'm about done. But then you said I saw some post that you had put up not too long ago that other VidMe or whatever is shutting down already.
Done. It's done. Now I'm over on BitChute. There's another new one. Of course, it's probably fucking owned by Google for a fuck I know. Right?
Yeah.
But there's another one where I'm going to post periodically on. I'm not really posting many videos anymore. Like I said, I'm just fucking living life and tired of yelling at people. I
That
still
reminds
yell
me
at my
of
kids and they're like, and they bitch, why don't I go do a chat, right? But I'm
right.
fucking done, man.
That
This
reminds me.
fucking
I
internet
wanted to.
shit is cool, but
I wanted to bring something up before I forget it, Mule, and that was the whole net neutrality thing. I'm actually kind of glad it shut down because anytime that you piss off Google and Facebook and all the main corporations that have shut the little guy down, then that can't be a bad thing, man.
well, that's look. I was never for net neutrality either. There's G Man. What's up, G brother? But I agree with you, dude. I'm real happy about the net neutrality thing being gone too, right? Because for the same reasons. Why do you think nobody's been able to compete against Google and YouTube? Because they have a fucking monopoly. And the first step to breaking up that fucking internet monopoly was getting rid of that net neutrality, which gave them a position of power.
Right. We'll see how it goes. I mean, who knows what it's going to be like, but it's got to be better than just Google and Facebook owning every damn thing online.
Well, and that's why I keep going. Look, and if another fucking video site, if anybody comes up with shit like this, these live chats that, when Google came up with this thing, it was, to me, the greatest thing they ever came up with, right?
Yeah.
Still is, right? I still watch chats or people who live stream, and hold their own little version of a chat where they're doing their own thing. I still watch quite a bit of those, and so it's still my favorite part of YouTube. And if somebody else comes up with this, type of Hangouts deal where you can, maybe make a buck or two or just get the information out or have good conversations that are interesting to people, I'm in. Right? And until that point, I'm going to support any new video site that's up because I'm so sick of what fucking YouTube's been doing. Not only on the stranglehold on money, but just blocking people, age restricting people, unsubscribing you from people, whether you want to be or not.
Because I had a video of me unboxing a bump fire stock, the Bumsky, unboxing it, not shooting it, unboxing it with the title Bumsky Unboxing. And I get a strike on my channel for that. It's been up for 5 years. Are you kidding me? They didn't even strike me for the ones with me shooting it. I mean, at least that I would have been a little bit happier with.
No, not all of it's bullshit, right? And it's just, and this is why I want to see their monopoly broken up, right? I still like YouTube. Like I said, they still have some features that I like, but most of them are just getting out of hand. It's just not worth it anymore. And it's definitely not worth it providing content for them to make money off of you with any recourse of what you do, because it's fucked up for all these videos and shit that they're telling people they don't allow anymore. YouTube has a channel set up that stole that fucking video and is willing to show it or show clips of it. They call them lifestyle channels, people, just to let you know. That's where they'll copy your fucking content and put it on in a group setting.
They have their own channel where they put your videos on so they can get the money for it. Yeah. Back in the day, I used to report people who stole my videos and put them on their own channels. And now YouTube is doing it. Yeah. Now it's them doing it. What the hell?
Most people don't know. Okay. So if you have a tech video or a gun video or something classified somewhere in a lifestyle, including the gun community, your fucking videos have been copied and being shown as a highlight reel somewhere. And they're chopping them up. Best of 10, whatever, all the fucking time, man.
Well, that's that terms of service, man.
Yeah, when you uploaded to YouTube, you signed your product over. You know, whatever it is. Me too.
That's why you,
Right? Thank God I suck at making videos, and I suck at all that shit. So that way they don't, you know, if they stole them, they just throw them away because they're like, oh, that's garbage. We're going to lose money on showing mule shit, you know?
half the videos you post nowadays is just you talking about doing a chat. It's like a minute and a half long. Hey, we're doing a chat. It's going to be about this. See you there. And then like a minute of intro and a minute of outro.
Yeah. If, you know? Like today, I just went live. If there was any intro or outro, it was just on my phone real quick. I was like, fuck it. You know what? Bundy Mistrial, I want to talk about that shit.
Hell
That's
yeah.
something we used to do in the Dragon all the time. We were right there at the beginning of this shit, all the way up until people started getting busted.
That
you
is
know?
definitely one of the things that we did real good at. Was when the Bundys, that whole thing happened, man. The Dragon was on fire.
Yeah, but with this information that came out today, and whether we agree or not, right? So we're all pretty much in a we'll see. We can have our, you know, we can have our opinions on whatever's going to happen, but none of us is Kreskin, you know, me included, right? So I'm not fucking Nostradamus. I'm not writing any fucking, you know, books on the future and shit. But you know, we're going to have to wait and see how this is going to roll. I just, like I said, my biggest prayer right now for this situation is that Cliven himself gets out for Christmas. I think that would be an awesome situation.
Now, I haven't been in the news because I've been doing a lot lately, so I wasn't caught up on the Clive and Bunny situation. But he got his case got mistried too.
Yeah, that was all of them, 4 of them.
Okay.
It was Cliven, Ammon, Ryan, and Ryan Payne.
So basically, the whole getting out before Christmas is just that it takes a while for him to release him.
No, they were going to release him on some kind of bond. I don't know. Maybe HD knows a little better. And he said no, not until everybody's free, right? So I don't know how long he's going to hold that too with this mistrial, right? Because I don't know if they can actually hold him, to be honest. And that would be a question I'd have for a lawyer because I don't think any of us are.
I mean, I would think that they would try to be a dick and run that out as long as possible. Usually they're not very prompt about letting people out that they don't think should get out.
Right, but, you know, in the case of shit like mistrials and fucking, you know, acquittals, you know, they got no choice. That's why I don't know. And I know that according to the earlier video that I talked about, the Ammon's lawyer and the lawyer for the head lawyer, I guess, or head consultant for the group is put forth asking for Cliven to be put out or whatever. I don't know what the fuck the thing is. You know,
pre-trial release.
There you go, pre-trial release without prejudice or some shit. Yeah, I'm getting tired. It's been a long day, and it's already 10:18 here.
It's been a good day for me, man. I'm feeling good. I'm actually able to put weight on my foot now.
How's the walking fast?
It's just a boot that has like you remember the old LA gears with the pump on them that you could pump up your shoe? That's pretty much what I have in a boot. But I'm able to put some weight on it now, so I can put some weight on it now, so I'm excited as all hell. I went to see the doctor the other day, and he's like, it's feeling really, really good. So go ahead and start putting like 25% of your body weight on it. So
cool. Thanks, Jay Sparks. Jay says that Cliven either the 29th or maybe sooner. So good. I'm just gonna keep praying that he gets out before Christmas. You know, I think that would be such a lovely fucking gift to his family. And you know,
if it's the 29th, but hopefully sooner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, look, they have a couple of days. You know, if Navarro really wants to, she can really seem gregarious in the whole situation, and let you know this 70-something-year-old man out for Christmas, so he can, you know, I don't know, enjoy the time with his family.
Exactly.
Is Tony still in here or what?
Yeah, he is. He's just muted.
Yeah, he's muted, probably eating dinner or some shit or dealing.
There he is.
Nah.
Hey, you missed G. G was in for a minute. I don't know if I think Saints is still in. But G kind of had to bounce, I guess. And we still ain't gotten Reb to come in.
Right? What's up, Reb? I think he's waiting for the after chat. That's what he's doing.
Probably he doesn't want to come put my beard to shame, because he could.
Dude, you got a nice looking haircut and beard trim, man. I mean, like that is on point.
But yeah, you should see Reb's, dude. Reb's beard, man. He's about where the point where he's got to watch out for tangling with the carpet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still kind of pissed with Reb. He hasn't posted any videos of him and his new band.
Yeah, me too. I want to see some of that too. But I mean, if he's got a new band, that makes him too busy to make videos,
I guess.
And I know he didn't
have no excuse before his band, and he wasn't making no videos.
Dude, hey, look, I mean, a lot of us have Tony's probably the only person I know personally that's kept super steady that I'm still friends with, besides like Eric and a few others. But as far as the Green Dragon crew is concerned, Tony's the only one that's that continuously done videos. All the rest of us have kind of drifted away periodically.
What do you think I do?
Right?
Well,
HDPs.
You and your vlogs just started up about what?
That doesn't count.
Months ago?
Yeah, HD's making way more videos than me now. I was telling his ass like, holy no.
So I talk about senseless stuff.
I am looking forward to maybe actually doing some videos now that I have some subject matter that I could actually find interesting. But
well,
when I was down in Mesa,
they'll show you how to drag and clean up pig shit. For almost 40
I was watching
minutes.
some of his videos. I was watching some of that. I'm not doing pigs.
And really, it's just my channel going back to its original state. Really, it was never a gun channel. It was never a political channel. Really.
No, you never were. You were prepping channel, family channel, right? You were showing
the Green Dragon drove me down to the dark side.
Yeah, it did.
We really did.
And he's back
days
now.
Of Christmas. His 12 days of Christmas. He's talking about expensive stuff.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
dream big, Saint. Dream big, right?
Hey, man, I was pretty happy about that. Day one, I'm like, done. Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You should put on there if you're going to buy land, you should put on there like off-grid stuff like solar power for a day of Christmas,
Hey, it ain't over yet.
Right.
I just dropped 8 G's on it myself, so
don't be spoiling my stuff now.
Sorry.
I've done that. You know what? That's why I ain't saying nothing, because I did that too many years. I've spoiled shit 5 minutes.
Every single chat you ran, you'll always butt heads with whatever I was getting ready to put up.
Yeah, 5 minutes ahead of HD. I think he's got more fucking video in some drive that just like couldn't do it. Mule said it first.
You can all look forward to a video next week. Well, hopefully next week. Next week, I get the solar system put in, so I gotta be videotaping some of that. That's gonna be a whole thing. It'll be interesting.
Cool. That sounds like that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun to have power again without having to run a generator all the damn time.
Right. And now, are you going to be running? Do you have water rights?
Yeah, we have all the land rights. It's just that the shelf is too low to drill a well. So we're on water haul right now, but we also have a rain catchment roof, and I'm going to be expanding the rain catchment and getting more water storage bins so that we can see if we can't get 100% on rainwater year round.
Wow.
It's a project, but I'm hoping to do that in like 2 years, like in a year and a half. Might be a little bit longer now that everything's going to shit.
Well, be careful with that, just because remember that was the problem Lavoie had, and wasn't he from Arizona?
Arizona loves people who catch their own rainwater, dude. It's like almost recommended by the government here.
You gotta remember that was water resources on public land that ranchers developed. That was the dispute there.
And we have 2 creeks that run through our property, and I'll be utilizing those too. So.
Can you? So you do have water resources. Are they continuous running creeks, or are they?
No, they're not. We're in Arizona. Even though it's northern Arizona, it's still technically high desert. What's up, high desert?
It's
Shut
definitely a desert, no doubt.
Yeah. It's cold as a motherfucker, though.
Yeah, it's been cold this week.
Oh my goodness! I don't know. I'm probably not. It's probably not even near as cold as it is near you. It's just that I'm from Mesa, man. I'm anything.
Oh.
As soon as I can see my breath, it's time to put on a jacket.
Yeah, but you're still below freezing, right?
Yeah, at nighttime.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
we're
but
getting up to like 50 or 60 during the day right now.
Yeah, you're a little warmer than us, but still.
Yeah.
man, I'll tell you what, it hit 50 here today, and it was like glorious.
Oh, I know. I lived in Wisconsin, man. When it was the first day that it got above freezing, it was like, oh, I'm wearing shorts.
Well, we're not looking. Winter's coming, right? So it ain't just on HBO, right? It's going to be here in my hometown here soon.
Yeah, that ain't no joke, man. I'm done living up in the Midwest.
Well, I got one. We're trying to get her to go to college somewhere warm, so we can all just follow suit. Otherwise, they'll be following us. Because I ain't doing it no more. I got one more year worth of this shit in me, especially now that I'm 9-toe. Yeah, fuck this.
We're all having issues lately. Seems like. Guess it's just part of getting older.
It is. And that, someplace warmer, freer mainly. Warmer works.
That's why I really like living here, man. It is so awesome to just go out the back porch and shoot a gun or whatever you want to do. If I wanted to frolic naked, I could outside, I ain't doing it. It's too damn cold, but
well, not right now, and you got a bum leg, but
one
I
leg,
get the concept, and I don't want the mental picture. Thanks.
Right,
Hey,
no problem.
Make a video of that. Make sure you.
Me on my walker hopping around. Never mind. I'm not going to paint a mental picture.
Yeah. I don't even want it. We'll end the chat now if you're going to keep going.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm done.
I already got too many strikes. I got to fight on this channel. Come on now. Oh man.
No, I won't do that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm only busting your chops thing. Anyway, so I don't know, man. I just think this has been a win. I think it's a winning year. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, it's been a really good year.
And for a lot of people, look, it's been. I mean, maybe it was just that whole change of that change of administration mentality, right? Even though it's been, like I said, 90-10 in the negative in the mainstream. Look at the stock market. Now, we all know that's all fucking smoke and mirrors anyway, but everything's got to be smoke and mirrors because shit is coming back online. Things are getting tiny bit better here in the United States, at least here in the middle of the United States, where I live.
It's looking good. Yeah, it's looking real good.
I mean, when even Illinois looks like it might have a positive employment rate for the first time in fucking 30 years,
I still love it how people are like, well, that's because of Obama, right? And I'm like, what? Really? Okay.
Well, I don't care at this fucking point. Look, it is because of Obama. Because Obama did so fucking bad that the clown prince of fucking New York could turn it out and make it look better.
Yeah, if Obama was to do all that, then why didn't he do it sooner? Oh, it was because Bush. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, that was it, right? So, you only had 2 years where he only blamed Bush half the time, and that was the 2 years of the Hillary Clinton campaign, and, out of an 8-year fucking run. So, fuck him.
Yeah. Everything's either Bush's fault or because of Obama.
I just want to answer one thing, and I'm not going to yell this time, but let me explain something to you, Sparks. The UN cannot come on to American fucking soil with firearms as a occupying force without our federal government's permission. And if you really think the federal government is going to allow that, you're out of your mind, right? Especially the current administration. And actually, the chief of police of Chicago said it right then and there after that fucking stupid-ass councilman, which is all this guy is, right? He's a councilman in Cook County. He's not the fucking mayor of Cook County. Rahm Emanuel is not asking for the fucking UN to go into Chicago. and he's the actual mayor of Chicago, right? And the police force in Chicago, Chicago PD, laughed and said, "What is this fucking nut job out of his mind?"
Wouldn't they call the National Guard first?
They call so many other things, and Trump's already offered the National Guard, and they denied it. The fucking governor's offering the state police, and they're keeping them back. Okay, so no way in fucking hell is the UN getting in there. Okay, and it just can't happen in these United States. Do you understand that? That's why the UN didn't go in and fucking help in Puerto Rico when it got wiped off the map with a hurricane, because they can't come into these fucking United States for any goddamn reason without a permission from the federal government. Understand?
Especially since we pretty much are the majority of the UN, aren't we? The U.S. Don't we own most of the voting rights on that?
Fear mongering, right? So we are winning, but like we said earlier, and Tony keeps pointing out, the fucking conservatives don't want to admit we're winning because they need to keep up this generation of fear, right? The only way they get shit done is fear, right?
Yeah.
This is why even the gun community didn't understand why a good economy means a good gun economy, right? So why did the Nick checks become a record one again for this Christmas? Why? Because if the economy is looking good, people will buy because they like things, not just because they're afraid you're going to take them away.
Right.
So this ginning up fear all the time, it works on both sides. Both sides do it all the fucking time. You know, and that UN bullshit. Okay, and I'll tell you, the governor of Illinois is a fucking Trump Republican. And believe me, he's getting played in the media here in Illinois the same way Trump is getting played nationally. And he's trying to implement some of the same policies, but he wasn't able to. And now this fucker's starting to turn into a politician and cave and compromise, which is making it even worse. But no way in fucking hell would a Republican governor let the UN into a city in his state. And not a businessman governor, Republican, blah, blah. I mean, think of Detroit, okay? How the fuck, if the fucking UN ain't anywhere, how they're not in fucking Detroit if this was possible? Yeah, I mean, common sense, guys. I know it's a superpower. I know it's been fought against here in these United States for the past 40 fucking years. But with a tiny bit of work and a tiny bit of usage of it, you can figure some of this shit out.
I'm so glad I don't follow the news very much.
Well, it's been driving me crazy because every time I see somebody, do a video, and I don't watch them because I know they're fucking idiots if you're even doing a video and commenting on it. The only comments that these people should be doing is explaining to them how that's impossible. Unless we are in a civil war, right? So if the United States goes into a civil war and all the states start choosing fucking sides, national guards become national armies for the state that they're in, and any state absorbs the federal fucking military base that's on their property, right? And we start shooting war like we're fucking Europe back in the goddamn 50s or 70s or some shit. Or most of the 20th century, right? Then that shit ain't gonna happen. And I'm not saying you guys don't get it, and I understand that sometimes that's just a little thing just twisting back in the back of your head when you see that story because so many fucking idiots are talking about it because they just want to get that clickbait. That click on my shit. I got 4 pages to explain it to you in, and you've seen 30,000 fucking ads, and I just made fucking $10 off of it, and you got absolutely zero information, and I made you look.
That reminds me of when the whole Vegas shooting happened with the bump fire stocks. Everybody had a video about their opinion on it. Like, really? I watched half of Hickok 45s only because somebody had told me, can you believe Hickok 45 said that? And so I went over there and I was like, damn. Oh, well.
You know, fucking Jaeger too. Look, how many how many times have we said it? Power and money, right? So if they're not going to get power, they're hoping to get money.
I mean, it's what really only pissed me off about it is that they were so hypocritical, right? I mean, these same people were out there with their bump fires a couple of years ago when it was all the new rage, having just as much fun out there with it at the time. You know,
Right.
and even Jaeger had made a comment a long time ago saying, well, if you train with it, yeah, it's not going to be as accurate as full auto, but it's pretty accurate, you know, with training. You know, and
Oh yeah,
now,
but that video's gone to the wind. Well,
oh yeah,
whole channel's gone.
yeah,
To the wind. But
you
even
never see
before that,
that.
he took that shit down.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know, man. It's just fun. Look, like I said, we just use the sense God gave you, right? The shit that's between your ears to use it for more than to hold a hat, right?
Yeah, and anybody that shows hypocrisy like that, I'm done with. And I would recommend anybody else to be, if you find somebody to be hypocritical like that, and you know it's just for money or whatever or popularity, get the hell out of there because it's not legit. It's not real. It's hard to find shit
No.
that's real on YouTube anymore.
Well, because they take it all down, right? They get rid of it. They make sure, or they keep it small.
Or they suppress it. Yeah, they suppress it, make it
Yeah.
so you can't search for it. Yeah, I know. Another reason why YouTube sucks.
Well, and another reason why I support other platforms that open up, like that new BitChute. You know, all I got on there is one fucking thing, so it's not like go over and sub me or anything. I tried that shit with that VidMe, and then 2 weeks later, it's fucking gone. That thing looked like it was going to be pretty good, right? The premise of it, it's just that it had been, again, nobody knew about it from the beginning. I guess it had been running like 3 years before all of a sudden I started hearing about it in the gun community, that VidMe, right? And
any reason why they shut down, or is it just
because they weren't making any money, because they got strangled by YouTube and Google, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
They're not coming out and saying it, right? Because somewhere along the way, I'm sure the owners got bought out by them and were told to shut it down. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Google will tell their advertisers, you can't advertise on a different platform. If you do, we won't let you advertise on ours.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that. So they're like, okay, I guess we're not advertising on this other, platform.
Right. And the BitChute, I don't know how long that thing's going to last, right? But it says it's a free speech platform. So fuck it. I'm going to post videos.
Hell yeah.
Man, they're canning shout out videos now. They don't even want you doing a shout out video.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody did a big stink about that the other day. If it's got shout out in the title, they'll take it down.
God, really?
That's what they were saying.
I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but okay.
No idea.
Well, same with VRs, dude. Try and go find VRs without hunting for them.
Yeah, they took all those down. They took most all those down, or made it where you couldn't do it.
I remember back in the heyday when that was an actual thing you could do and click it on the video, but then they took that away a couple years ago, and people still did it, but it was really hard to do. And now they're making it worse.
Do it. And it is a pain in the ass to do, but it's their way of throttling. Okay, they claimed it was free speech. All they wanted was free content, right? So that way they can make money off of shit that they didn't have to pay for to do. And then now Google's in control, and Google decides on what they want to support, and they will pay money to them. They will pay them. But they'll continue to take whatever free content we put up and continue to make money off of it and say thank you and give it to the ones that they want to support.
Right.
And only a small percentage, because believe me, they want to make a ton of dough. Yeah. And even like, take this. So like we were talking about the whole Super Chat shit, right? So if you donate to Super Chat, YouTube gets part of that money.
Yep.
It doesn't all go to the person that it's fucking being sent to. Hey, what's up, Quasar? Somebody was supposed to try and send you a link if you want to come in. But yeah, man, it's all about the fucking almighty dollar. Even though that was never the Dragon's point, right? So here's where everybody's fucked. I never cared.
Yeah.
Thought about it for a minute, and it just wasn't enough.
Like for me, I enjoyed the money that I got, from the YouTube. There was a couple videos that I'd done a long time ago that paid, and there was a few new videos that paid. and it wasn't ever a lot, but it bought a box of ammo or two, and that was great and all. But the whole reason for me to put my videos on YouTube in the first place, because my mom was like, "You got those Rubik's Cube videos? You should charge people to see those because you're offering a service." I was like, "No, because everybody else on YouTube's got a thing about it too. So why would they pay for mine if they could just go free anyway?" So, just do it for free, and if you get some money from the ad revenue, great. If not, oh well.
Yeah, that's always been my point. Is it was just to rant, right, to get shit off my chest and out into the, ethosphere, whatever the fuck it is, and
I
and
love the
it's turned
free
into a
knowledge.
community.
Yeah,
It
I love
turned into a community, right? Well, yeah, it is lots of free knowledge. Everything from how to, rotate tires or to put on
exactly.
a starter or whatever, how to fix a gun,
That's
whatever.
what's the great thing
And then it
about
became
YouTube,
a
man.
community, And I want to say, hey, we are Borg. Been a long time, hasn't it? Right? This is a surprise Merry Christmas to all the old Green Dragon people. Just to let you know we're all still alive, including Kansas Hillbilly Prepper.
Yeah.
I know anybody who jumped in kind of late didn't get to see Kansas, but he did. He is still alive.
And
he
high
did
as fuck.
stop in, and it was awesome seeing him. But you need to keep him up in your prayers or whatever the hell you want to think. Yeah, they did. Declared a mistrial today, 520. So that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Kansas is, he's struggling. He's going back and forth, but he said he is going back to his apartment here in a day or two, so that'll be good. And
yeah,
maybe he'll get out and do some stuff out of the house. Who knows?
Well, and you know what? Look, man, he's been pushing forward every day, and he's not had an easy road to hoe. His life has not been the easiest, but you know what? It's his, and
he's doing it all on his own now too.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I want to share with that, but he don't have any support.
Yeah, you'd have to let him or ask him. You know how that works,
right? I'm just saying he doesn't have any support. I mean, I talked to him and I tried to help him out as much as possible here, but I'm in Arizona, he's in Missouri, so
yeah,
I can just be here mentally, for the most part.
They don't call it misery for nothing. Yeah, family will do that. ZPD 520 is now a proud papa. Well, proud daddy. I'm a proud papa. I'm a grandpa.
Yeah,
he's a proud daddy.
Congrats.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'm going to keep this going till 11 my time. So for another 17 minutes, we'll see if the Reb decides to jump in.
Come on, Reb.
There he is. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you, too. To the fam, too, if you don't decide to jump in, Reb, even though we'd all love to say hi and talk to you.
You don't even have to turn your camera
on, I think Oh, yeah, he would. He'd have to turn his fucking camera on. We didn't see that goddamn beard, okay? That thing is down to his fucking stomach.
I want to see his drum set. I want to see the drum set. Did he get a real drum set or did he get one of those digital ones? That's what I want to know. Come on, man.
No, if it's the one I saw on Instagram, he got a real drum kit, and I'm sure that's where he's getting out all his frustration.
Yeah, probably. I gotta go up to Nevada and go visit some people or something now that I'm closer.
Right. Wait till HD kills something so you can go up for some fresh.
Actually, dude, we're about to buy a half a cow. We're about to buy from a ranch local here, so that, we know basically where the meat came from and all that. So Reb might even eat some of it, and we're gonna be canning for like 2 or 3 days, a whole bunch of it. Right. Exciting times.
Sounds like fun. I'm going to try something I haven't tried in a long time. I'm going to try and send a invite because some bitchy motherfucker says he doesn't do Facebook, even though he's lying through his teeth. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get the bitchiest, grumpiest fuck from the Green Dragon up on here.
You're not cold, are you, Tony?
Bro, it just dipped down into like the 50s.
He can see his breath.
The high here was like 38 today, and Tony's got his hood on and everything.
Yeah, they fucking denied me coming up there. They told me I don't have enough experience, but they send some fucking retard up there. So, oh well. They're like, who wants to go to Reno? Raise your hand.
Hey, did they pay you overtime? Did they pay hotel bills? Did they give you meal
Yeah,
allowance?
they pay all that shit, but they're a bunch of fucking Mexican lovers. So let them fucking take that Mexican chorizo in their ass.
Didn't you tell him your last name is a
Shitty ass
Mexican name?
working, shitty ass working, corner cutting, slow ass, lazy ass motherfuckers for half the price. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. Every last single one of them motherfuckers. Fuck them all.
Well, don't worry, it's going to be in single digits like for the next week, so they'll be living high.
Oh, well, yeah, the boss said, oh, well, we'll be working up there as long as it's not snowing. All right,
Well,
bro.
it's not supposed to snow, but it's going to be single digits like for the next.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten any snow here yet. It's only been just kind of cold.
Yeah,
Usually we'd have snow by now.
They asked for fools to go to Reno like 3 times and fucking, I don't know. They fucking left me on that shit 3 times already. So I'm done volunteering myself. I'm not going to Reno.
To me, it just matters how much money.
No, they say I don't have enough experience. I already learned more than fucking all these spics I'm working with, but I don't have no experience. I outwork all of them. I fucking.
Do you speak
Whatever.
Spanish fluently?
I fucking give out dick fluently. That's all I do.
God.
I don't have to do nothing. All I have to do is pull the sausage out and fucking hey, do you speak this right? No, fuck them fools. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico. Fuck all of them. They're lazy fucking criminals, bro. It's bad enough you're a criminal, but you're lazy too, and the whole stereotype is the American can't do nothing. Bro, I outwork them fucking 10-1 every day. I'm the laborer and the motherfucker that does the shit. You know what I mean? So fuck them.
By the way, this is Antonio Hernandez speaking over there. So, you know.
Antonio Banderas.
I was gonna say, did you tell him?
Banderas. I changed my last name.
Did you tell them your last name?
I changed my last name as Banderas now.
Banderas.
Antonio Banderas now.
Looking like Eminem.
I'm a fucking desperado in a fucking Carhartt.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Yeah, fuck all them guys, dude. They piss me off, bro. Well, I can't even explain to you how lazy them motherfuckers are. And the fact that they get like such a good rep is like, oh my god, it's even more annoying.
You guys ain't union, are you?
Fuck no. Even in the union you have to pray to Hillary if you're in the union. I ain't ready.
Oh, that's sure.
Well, that's right.
You have to go to the owl and do a fucking dick sacrifice. You have to cut your penis and put blood on the fucking mountain.
EM.
I'm just saying.
Ouch.
Ouchie. But you know, them guys, they fucking dress up in drag and do it, so it's all good. It ain't nothing.
Well, you know, they are following after their president. So
Michael and Barrick. No, dude, I got this thing going on right now because I hate it, dude. I cannot stand that they talk about like these fools work harder than America. It's such a lie, bro.
For like less than half. Yeah.
Bro, they cut corners for less than half. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I watched dude. They said this motherfucker was a professional. You know what I mean? I watched his work fucking fall apart underneath the sun and fucking, you know what I mean? Send us out.
Yeah, I do.
Pay him.
I do. That's why when I ended up moving back up here to Illinois, I ended up getting out of the blacktop because that's all that's in it, right? Especially up in, Cook County, Lake County, shit like that, where the money's at. I got out of it because they were constantly telling me I'm working with professionals, and these guys, there wasn't a journeyman among them, and yeah, I just can't do it either. So I understand what you mean, but
no, they
sometimes
sent me out.
it's too
Check
good.
this out. They sent me out with a foreman that has no tools and asked to borrow all my tools, and then they asked me where all my tools are. It's like, bro, I wanted to quit like fucking 5 times in 2 weeks, and my girl won't let me. So
Yeah, because money's good, dude. You can't quit till you have another job. You know how that works, especially when you're married.
bro, fucking with these fools, I'm gonna end up going to jail for throwing somebody off of a roof before I fucking get anywhere. I'm sick of it, dude. I'm so like, I don't even know how to describe it. You're fucking, you get told this shit your whole life. You come out there, you think they treat me like a Mexican? They treat me like a white fool. You know what I mean?
Well, that's only because you don't speak fucking Spanish and you whiter than me.
Fucking giggling and shit while a motherfucker's doing all the work.
But if you spoke Spanish and you didn't do all the work, if you work like them and you just start speaking the fucking Spanish, man, they're gonna just treat you like the last border brother that was there, man.
No, I speak enough Spanish to listen to them talk about dick for fucking 8 hours to 10 hours. I speak enough Spanish to fucking, I don't need to know no more Spanish than to listen to them talk about dick for 10 hours, you know? That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. That's all their jokes are and everything in Spanish.
Get your CDL then. Just drive the material there and make more money and laugh at all the fucking Mexicans.
And I only get my CDL if they let me drive over the Mexicans. It's the only way.
You know what? Go get your equipment operators. Start running a scraper. Fuck it. They're going to start rebuilding out in Vegas. You know it. They're going to get that same building boom again.
It's picking
on its way.
up. Yeah, it is picking up. But it just sucks, you know, because basically everybody who's not Hispanic jumped out of the construction industry, the trade industry, period. There's no white people in Las Vegas doing any trades whatsoever. Maybe electricians and steel workers still, always.
Dude, but you're the best of both worlds if you wise up, man. You're a white Mexican. You're a fucking Swede. You're a Mexican Swede.
Just tell them you're an albino.
Dude, if you learned a little more Spanish, if you learned enough Spanish to be able to be the boss, you'd be the boss. Because you make white people comfortable, right? Because you're white enough, and you can eat a burrito. You know what the fuck can I tell you?
Yeah.
You know, if you
you'd get along with the Aryan Nation.
I know, but everything, dude, everything is backwards, and that's enough to fucking get me not caring. You know, I'm there. I do what I do, but it's really laughable.
But that's because you work for somebody else, right? Because the only real freedom is to work for yourself, and guess what? It's not real freedom because then you're a slave to yourself all the time.
Definitely got to work.
Dollars never stop.
That is like, honestly, that's what I haven't learned. I've learned some things in 35 years, but I think the number one top of the list I've learned is, you got to work for yourself. Working for other fools, it's not happiness, that's for sure.
If you're working for somebody else, you have the opportunity to quit. But if you're working for yourself, it's kind of like, I can't quit. This is, you got to keep that going.
Well, the only way you quit when you work for yourself is to just indenture yourself back to another fucking human being, right, or a corporation or whatever. Right. That's all we really do when we sign a contract to work for a company, is we're indenturing ourselves to them.
Yeah, Reb. Sorry.
Hey, I can't send him a link, so tried.
Yeah, I can see what I can do. See.
It's like finishing concrete. We were pouring concrete, and I was helping the guy do it, and it was killing me. I'd never rubbed that much concrete in my life, and I was still a pretty young man. And I told him, I said, man, if I worked for you, I'd quit right now. He said, this is yours. Get your ass back on that trial. So I had to get back on it.
Dude, I've pulled some fucking concrete, and believe me, tripped over many a rebar. And I'll fucking tell you that, yeah, man, when you work for somebody else, it's, you know, you're getting paid for your slave labor, especially in the construction biz, right? You may be getting paid a little more for certain trade skills you have, but unless you're signing the checks, you know, how many times anybody in the trades have been told, you know, you got to do overtime, right? No choice. We need this job done.
Yeah, I remember those days. Back when I was in my 20s, I did that. I was like, oh, hell no. And you're not even paying me time and a half?
Oh, no, I always got paid, but that's besides the point. It doesn't matter, right? My time was worth more to me than time and a half, but, you know, if I wanted that job that fucking next day, I better be there paving in the fucking dark by flashlight because that shit's hot on the truck and needs to go down. You know where that concrete's going to set in that fucking, you know, that truck, and it's got to go down.
That's it.
It's on the job. It's got to go.
That's it. It's going to start turning into concrete blocks and beating the truck up. You got to get it out and get it flat.
Yeah. And, you know, it kind of sucks being the boss sometimes when you got to be the fucking slave master and say, no, you guys got to stick around. That shit's here. Anyway, gents, we got about 4 minutes left before I'm going to turn this off the live portion. So anybody want to do any shout outs? Hey, Miss B Stacy is out there. Now we're going to hold off another 5 minutes. Okay. I just saw Miss B Stacy out there. And Miss B, I almost asked you into this chat, but I really don't know you well enough. But you have been my #1 source for all Bundy info for months.
Yeah, I'd like to do a couple shout outs if that's okay. Just 2 real quick ones. They don't watch, they don't know who I am, but I watch them and I get a lot of useful information. Actually, 3, I guess. One is High Desert Pioneer because, dude, I've been enjoying your videos when I remember to go and log on and watch them. But also, Starry Hilder, I've been watching a lot of her. She's a pretty cool chick. And one guy that I've been learning the most from is Homestead Economics. And he's in Tucson, and he's living 100% on rain catchment in Tucson. So if he can do that in Tucson, I can do it here in Ash Fork. And he has a lot of great videos on doing projects around the house and stuff like that. So that's who I wanted to shout out.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
That is. Well, I'll go HD. You got any shout outs?
I probably should. Just be Stacy, so we'll just let that stand as it is. But also following the trial, the Jay Grady channel has been really good, mirroring stuff over. But also a new channel that I ran across, and shoot, I don't have to look it up, but caught me off guard here. Actually, I've subbed to a bunch of new channels lately. I gotta look this one up, but it was definitely a. I'm back to it. I'm stalling.
Okay. All right. So is Tony here? Yeah, Tone. You got any shout outs you want to do, bud?
Shout out to y'all in the panel, HD, and shout out to Kelly Stewart. I know she's catching lots of flack right now, but I know she's on the interview with Ammon and the lawyers and stuff today. So I seen all the back and forth and all the infighting and stuff. I don't really care for it. I don't really give a shit. But shout out to Kelly Stewart out there and John Lamb always.
Oh yeah, exactly. Them along with Miss B. You know, great people giving us constant updates and information and keeping us aware of what's really going on. I'll get back to you, HD. Saints or People's Tavern. You got any shout outs you want to do?
Everybody on the panel, shout out. Everybody on the outside, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. God bless all of you. Be safe.
All right,
Merry
we're back
Christmas to you
there,
back.
Steve.
Likewise.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Saints.
All
Hey,
right.
Steve.
So there's a couple channels. One is, a couple channels. Walker Outdoors. Go check him out. He just does stuff around the house. I mean, he's a guy involved prepping, and he's good to talk to. And a channel, Wes S. That's the name, Wes, W-E-S, and then just in the initial S. Commentary and some prepping type stuff. You go back in some of his archive stuff. He's got some good stuff, but he's doing videos every couple days. Good stuff, though. I liked it. He'd be good on the Dragon, but be interested in getting on.
Nice. I'll have to check
Well,
that
there's
one
a lot
out
of
for
people.
sure.
Funny thing is, G Mango's had somebody on I'd like to see on the Dragon as well. You know, if I was still doing steady dragons, right? That man who won't die. He'd be fun to talk to.
Yeah, the man who would not die.
Yeah. And he'd be great to talk to. And
Yeah,
like I
interesting
said,
story.
I'd love to talk to John Lamb, Ms. B, Kelly, whomever. But we're just a bunch of jerk offs talking. You know what I mean? So it kind of people who are giving out real information. I'm not intimidated by, but I definitely respect. And so sometimes I think that them talking to me would just be disrespectful because I'm an asshole. So
You interrupt them the whole damn time. Not let them get a word
exactly.
At least you're honest.
in. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with honesty, Mule.
Anyway, I've always tried to be. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the live stuff. We're probably going to keep rolling for a few minutes at least after I take a leak. And here in the room. So, Reb, if you did finally get a link, come on in after
I sent
shut
them
this down.
two.
Okay. So, and anybody else who got one? Right. So I'm just going to end this thing and we'll call it a day. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
And, enjoy winning. Even though nobody's telling you, we are.
Yeah.
We're winning. All right. Let me go.